Hello, hello, hello. Welcome back to another review and feedback game. This is a much higher MMR at 4.2k, 4.1k in that area against Richard and Max with lots of supply blocks. So this is going to be a very interesting, very fast, and very furious game of Zerg versus Protoss. We're going to go ahead and jump right on in to the game so we can see what's going on. You can see the MMRs on the screen. Once you hit that Masters icon, you get that wonderful information that's just there. We have the Zerg in the upper left-hand corner as red with Richard. And in the upper right-hand corner, we have Max in the blue as Protoss. Both players know what each player is doing. Therefore, we know that we're going to have some kind of build that the player is going to either know that they're going to build specifically for that race, or they are going to be aware of what kind of things that they should be expecting. The Protoss puts down a pylon, does not keep a probe over there. This is a normal wall off. You're going to do 2 gates and a cyber core, or a cyber core, a gate, and a starport, or something along those lines. This is very normal, nothing crazy. Probe going across the scout. Again, totally normal. We're going to get an assimilator. This is a very much higher play, so we're not going to see very many mistakes from either player. Spawning pool going down at a 14 pool, I think that was. Or no, that was a 12 pool? 13 pool. That was a 13 pool. So what that means is, what a 13 pool is you built one drone, you built a spawning pool. Now they're building 3 Zerglings and a Queen. Probe now sees that there is a spawning pool, says, oh crap. Does not want to expand. Do not expand. You are so in trouble if you expand. This game is immediately over. Do not put that Nexus down. You need to put down another gate. These lings are going to be there in like 2 seconds. Oh no. This wall needs to be complete almost immediately. Ooh. I don't know. That's so close. Those lings are going to be here so fast. Oh no. And then they're going to try and break. You need a zealot under production. You need to fill in that hole. This is so bad. Oh god. Okay, they're pulling the boys. This might be okay. They did a mineral walk. They're fighting the lings. This is the wrong replay. This is the wrong play. That's all shields gone, losing a couple of probes. Oh, God, you needed to pull more of the boys, or you needed to wall off, and this is just going to be game over here shortly. Oh, God. And then, of course, we're going to have the pylon going down, which is so hard to deal with. He doesn't even put up another one. Doesn't wall off. Just has lings all inside of his base. Doesn't have any way to prevent them from continuing to get in. Doesn't have the ability to produce any units as of right now. More lings. If I was this Zerg, I would be committing full hard into this win. That being said, it is Masters, so you never know. They might be able to do some things that I'm not. That pylon is still in a situation that it is under threat. That's so many probes, but like you have almost as many probes as Zerglings. Like if you had just committed with more Zerglings instead of droning, game over, baby. Oh god. Imagine if there was another 6 lings. 10 even. This game would be over. The Adept, if it gets surrounded, this is game over too. Lings are headed home. They are getting out of there. So, losses. We have 500, which is all workers, and 1 pylon from the Protoss, versus the Zerg, who has lost just lings. 1,500, which is 6. Versus 3 queens, 1 fully saturated base, and another one that's working on it. Bunch of lings. This is going to be really, really hard for the Protoss to do anything. They are absolutely in oh shit mode. Gotta produce, gotta produce, gotta produce. The Zerg, on the other hand, should be going either full-on tilt with speed and getting ready to run a whole bunch of lings, like 20 or 30 more over here, just killing off all of the production, getting a pylon down, etc. Or, I saw that Twilight Council, I was like, he's going to go DTs. It's not ever going to make it. It's just too late. You need to full wall, you're going to do that. Because if he just sends lings, you're going to be in so much trouble, Mr. Protoss. Like, he'll break this. He does not care. One Adept is not sufficient to stop, 20 lings or so. But there's 14 saturated, third going down. Has enough of a creep spread to make it so he's connected. Has speed coming. Roach Warren on the way. This is, right now, this is the Zerg's game to lose. And DTs are going to be the way that the Protoss can come back. Maybe Archons, actually. Now that I think about it. Maybe. Doesn't have the gas to put down the DC Shrine. Did not plan that out ahead properly. But this game is a 20 supply difference, 15 supply difference already. Lings going all over the place, making sure that we have complete vision of what's going on. Complete saturation everywhere. Getting just ideas. Spore crawlers going down, making sure that can't lose to anything. No sky, no baloney. We're going to be able to handle it. Stalker shooting down our lovely overlord that is looking at it. So, for those of you that do not know, the proper response is to either hardwall or to get a unit in the wall, so a zealot would have been a better choice. Building a second pylon, make sure that you get a some kind of range unit once you have the opportunity to. But like losing that many workers is super dangerous. Like you're going to be putting yourself super far behind, and you're going to put yourself in a whole heck of a bunch of problems if you don't do that. If you don't have the appropriate, if you lose too many. That's why there's a 15 supply difference just straight up the whole time. The Zerg is powering up. They have 2 base full economy. The Protoss now has 2 base full economy. And they're going to go a bunch of Adepts. As you can see, they have Glaives coming. So Roachwarren is already down. Needs to start putting out Roaches. As you can see, he's producing 6. Going up to the next level. Therefore, he's able to respond appropriately. Make sure that you prevent that 3rd base from going down. Make sure that you are threatening your opponent as best you can. Be very conscientious of your stuff because you don't want to lose it at this point. You are still only you are on even basis basically, so whatever you lose is really hard to replace. But if you get that much of advantage, you kill the pylon. If this pylon goes down at the beginning, just produce more lings. Just flood them with lings. You'll win the game very, very quickly. Now you know these has 6 gates. That's a lot of gates. And these are not going to get canceled. Get that surround. Oh my god, that surround. And that's just game over. Oh my goodness. That you got to watch your stuff, especially if you're crossing the map. You should have canceled. But wonderful game. That was a super fast one. All right, let's go back a little bit. I know that this game was very fast, so I can talk a little bit more about it. I want to make sure that this was a 13 pull. It might have been just a 12 pull. But when you have this kind of commitment, it is a 12 pull. When you have this kind of commitment, and you do the damage that you need to do, and you start killing things that are structure important for the player, that's spawning. The goal of this build is to kill this pylon and never let them get another pylon up and kill all their workers. That's the goal of this build. Because if you can kill this pylon fast enough, the only unit they could possibly theoretically get out is one single zealot here. And that zealot has to hold the wall. And they need to finish the wall, which is why you don't want this nexus down yet. You want to finish your wall, then grab get your zealot, then grab your nexus. So this build has lings under production by the time that he sees it. That is insane. So that means that you have to literally have your wall up and something protecting you with less time than it's on its way, essentially, right? These are lings. They're coming. So the max here just simply doesn't, like this, get your second gate, get your cyber, then get your next eye. The reason that you're doing that is because you want to make it so they can never get to this pylon. And that zealot is there just to make them go away until you have enough gas and enough extra resources to get that adapt out and be good to go. Other things of note is you need to make sure that you get that your income. Does not matter if you can kill this, Mr. Richard, Mr. Dick. You don't care about your income. The game is over because they can't stop you from putting more lings inside of their base because they're going to have to block with probes. And if you have them blocking with probes, you're killing any income they have, and you already killed a ton of their income. Right? Look, he's got to pull everything. He has no income. You had more workers coming, or more lings coming. This was just straight lings coming shortly. Units. 1 larva. Oop. That inject needs to happen, and then you need to build more lings. Overlord. Okay, I can see what happened. You missed an Overlord build. You were supply capped, and you didn't do an inject. So this should have been four or 5 eggs worth of lings right now, versus it not being any. Also, just fight that. Just fight them. Like, yeah, you're wasting their income and time on that. Oh god, actually, kiting them is actually the right play. Now, once they stop kiting, that's when you do. Yeah, no, you had the right play. Okay, good call there. I don't disagree with what you did there, but I would have built, instead of extra drones, I would have just straight up built more lings. Imagine if you had 10 more lings here, and these were just running around in circles inside the main. Right? All of those workers that were here, this saturation, those 5 workers could have been here already attacking. And then you could have surrounded it, surrounded the adept, and you'd been fine. That being said, you obviously went into roaches, made it so that you were able to take out your opponent, had enough queens to defend any kind of little bit of pressure or scouting he was doing. And of course the game ended up in your favor. So you are a Masters player, which is higher than me, but that's a slight difference. I would have kept the pressure up. That way these workers could never have gotten there. These workers could have never been made, and this pylon would have gone down, and the adept would have died. I understand securing the win, getting extra income, but like, it's getting more military units would have also secured the win. Regardless, thank you again for watching. I hope you all have a wonderful rest of the day, and GG's.